Hi, welcome to Similar But Different, the podcast. Let's do that again. Okay. But I'm getting all the benefits.
Without having to pay.
Right.
Yeah, they screwed me. And then I found a bunch of friends that I was different from. I think I'd like the gram more if I got hit up in my DMs.
Okay, this should probably end.
Hi, welcome to Similar But Different. I'm Rachel. And I'm Jen.
Jen?
The giraffe. Happy Halloween! It's spooky season.
Wow, what an awkward intro we just had.
I'm sorry, but these costumes make me happy.
Yeah. And I can like feel my face getting warm.
Yeah.
Not due to embarrassment, but due to wearing
In
an
this room.
entirety of fleece.
It just happened to be 81 degrees today. So there's that.
Okay, so I have some updates related to life that I've chatted about on the pod, which I think is important because I'm sure people are like, oh my gosh, how are Rachel's mums? Are they dead?
Forgot about the mums.
First things first. First things first, I'm the realist. And I'm not. I'm a dinosaur. But so I'm not wearing shoes right now.
Yeah. Oh.
And we recently got some comments of people being like, shoes on the couch? That's crazy. Like 3 of them.
What?
And I know they're all just saying that as a casual way to get some foot action. But I'm going to be honest. I do like being in my socks.
Yeah, same.
So you're
nice.
welcome.
Yeah. Dino Rachel likes socks.
Yeah.
Today. And Giraffe Jen. This tail's great.
So I just need to accept that
yeah, people are
gonna enjoy what they're gonna enjoy.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't yuck their yum.
Right. I think, well, it's more so if I was putting my feet out there to be objectified, then it's like, yes, please.
Yeah. But like that's not the intent here.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Okay. Other updates. Mom's dead.
No way.
They died so quickly. And I told that to my mom and she goes, I think mums are known as something hard to kill.
Yeah, like they're supposed to be like a hardy, durable plant.
No, died so quickly.
What are you doing to them?
I don't know.
Are they in like a ton of sunlight?
But they're supposed to be. The tag says like full sun. And then I honestly got the mum and then had to travel for a week. So my husband was in charge of the mums. And
so
as soon as I
watering.
I told him to water. And then as soon as I got home and I was like, so that mum. And he goes, I do what you told me to do.
Maybe it's overwatered.
Yeah. But in the past, I think it's been underwatered. And I just think it's not meant to be until next year when I probably try again.
I actually didn't buy any mums, but I feel like I would have the similar experience.
I don't think they're native to this area. So granted, it's not like I'm planting them in the ground, but maybe it's just nature saying, we're not supposed to be here.
Or it's just, they're trying to tell you, Rachel, you don't have
You're not supposed to be here.
You're not supposed to have plants. You just can't handle the responsibility.
Another update, pumpkins that I got from Home Depot, and I normally get them from the pumpkin patch, molded, disgusting.
Molded or like squirrels ate in it?
Molded.
Ugh.
Yeah. So I've learned my lesson there.
So you have to go to the pumpkin patch. So that's where all the quality pumpkins are.
Yeah. Which, even when I was at the Home Depot, on the tag, it says like sourced from, like obviously they come from pumpkin patch. They're not grown at Home Depot.
A local patch.
But
maybe. No.
Didn't work out for me.
I've
never had that problem.
Yeah. I don't buy them because of the squirrels. But there's one house that we pass on our walk with Penny. And they just did an amazing job of their pumpkin fall decor. They've got a bunch of different kind of gourds. Yeah, gourds. Gorgeous gourds.
There you go.
And they've got the different colors, the different shapes, the different sizes. And then they have a big mum. And then they have a beautiful like orange wreath that's like very fall-like.
And I bet that looks nice.
It's so nice. It made me think of you when I initially saw it. Because I feel like when you do your fun door, it always looks really pretty.
Thank you. I never put the bats up this year. I only did these bats behind my head.
Oh.
Which I did also realize, I don't know if we fully explained what we're wearing. I just assume everyone watches, and they don't.
Onesies.
But we're dressed for Halloween.
We are dressed because we're trick-or-treating.
Yes.
Here on this podcast today.
Right.
We're gonna trick or treat.
Oh, and one more update. I feel like you also need to have updates,
I'll have
but
updates.
you
Don't
just
worry.
that's how my mind works. I'm always thinking about the pod. I put the pod first,
That's
Jen.
what I need to do more of.
So, you know how I said I've never read a horror book?
Yeah.
I did. And I finished it in 2 days.
Did you like it?
It well, it was the thought that I was like, it's a book, and I think, like, what makes movies scary is, like, the music and the pacing and stuff, and I was
Yeah.
like, if it doesn't have that, then you're just kinda, like, reading gross stuff.
Yep.
Um, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't need some of the, like, gross
Gore.
gore like stuff, but it was cool. It's by actually I think he's a Richmond author, but it took place in Richmond, and so they talk about like VCU, but don't call it VCU, and like Hollywood Cemetery and stuff like that. And it
Oh.
was about it's called Ghost Eaters, if anyone is interested.
Yuck.
It is essentially about this drug that you can take that allows you to connect with like the deceased.
Oh.
Um, and yeah,
They connected.
they did.
Oh.
And things go awry.
I I don't I don't get it. I know other people that like horror books, but
But yeah, that was my first one. And I just wanted to put it out there for anyone who's interested. And it's cool reading books that like take place where you live because you're like,
yeah, why
I
do
know
they
what you're
have
talking
to
about.
not you why can't they use like Hollywood Cemetery or VCU? Is
They
it
did
like
use Hollywood Cemetery.
oh.
They called VCU like it wasn't like Virginia Commonwealth University. It was like Virginia or like something Commonwealth University
Oh,
or
okay.
something. Um,
Richmond?
but they mentioned like Poe's bar.
Nice, Post
Yeah.
Pub.
Yeah, Poe's Pub and stuff like that.
Okay, that's
So,
cool. I like that. That was a one other book we read for book club that was like in Virginia.
yeah, and I liked him too. And
Mhm.
while he wasn't a horror writer,
Nope.
but that was the first like book I'd read that had like violence
Violence. Was
in
that
it and
Razor
like
Blade Tears?
yes. And then we also read another one.
Same author. Some shit.
They're intense though.
Yeah, but good.
Yeah.
Good intense. Like it. I
I wish
liked
I could
those.
remember his name. And he has others, I learned. I saw a bunch in a bookstore recently, so I should read those.
I liked it. I would read it again.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we were not here last week because or week before whenever this is coming out. Rachel was sick
Yeah.
and
Well,
I didn't
better
want
now
those
despite that
germs.
cough.
No
A
germs.
cough lingers forever.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm glad you're feeling better because
Yes, me too.
it was pretty rough for a while
It
there. It
was.
sounded pretty rough.
I had a fever, and I just feel
That's
like
the worst.
you shouldn't get those as an adult.
Fuck the kids, but as an adult.
Well, just their immune
Just
systems are weak. And I have told myself that I have a very strong immune system just because I don't get very sick regularly. And I'm aware that it's because I work from home, so I'm not around people a
yeah,
lot.
to get the
But in my
germs.
mind, I'm like, it's all the things that I do in my life to stay healthy. But then I went in, I traveled for work, and I came back and I was
Yeah, this thing.
sick.
I mean, it's you gotta get sick. It helps your immune system really kick in and just do some work, right?
My body works enough. And having a
Mm,
fever is just, like, the worst. And granted, it was, like, a mild fever. I think it was, like,
I think
100.1 or something.
anything like that because with fever comes body aches,
Yeah.
and with that, I die.
Yeah, and then I, like, woke up in the middle of the night, and I had to change my pajamas because I just, like,
Oh,
sweat
I
through them
hate
all.
that.
Yeah,
Did you change or did you shower too?
I just changed.
I usually just change, and then
Are there
often,
people who are you shower?
I mean, I will shower sometimes when it's really
But you're
bad.
sick.
Yeah, but like you just lay there with the water hitting you and like feel better because it's cold water.
No,
No?
I don't want that.
Never taken a cold shower when you have a fever? Feels great.
I've taken an ice bath when I had
Well,
to
that was
because
an
I had a
emergency
bad
reason. Yep.
fever, but
Think of the same
no.
thing. It's just it feels nice.
Yeah, but I at the time, I sweat through my clothes, and then I was just, like, wet and cold. So the thought of being more wet and
Oh.
cold
Yeah,
is
because you
not
do if you have the
appealing.
chills.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm thinking of a different scenario. I just realized.
Say more right now.
You know how like you get a stomach bug and you shit yourself
Okay,
constantly?
I was like, where's this
But
going?
like
My
you have
first
a
thought was
fever.
like, yeah,
But I know I like typically when that happens, I will shower. Like I will be bathing like in between
I won't.
moments.
I would still just get back in bed and accept that the bed is a quarantine zone.
True. This was pre-bidet. The bidet.
Bidet.
The bidet. The pre-bidet. I wonder if I would do this if I had the bidet during a shit spree.
I also think I just in general have pretty healthy bowels.
Yeah, no, but like when you're sick,
I know, but
you
I've
have
had
healthy
people
sick
say to me
bowels?
like, "Do you sometimes like take such an awful shit that you take a shower afterwards?" And I said, "No, that's never happened to me."
It only happens to me when I get sick. That I'm like, I need to bathe.
I also
I
feel
feel
like
like it's all over me.
when you're shit sick, it's just like liquid.
Yeah.
So there's not like residue that you're not getting
It
up.
splatters. It feels like it splatters on me. I don't like it. I hate sick liquid like vomit, but out of your butt.
Okay. Butt vomit.
But
I mean, I
that's not
don't
what we are here
I
for.
don't
We always wind up talking about shit.
I don't like those things either, but I don't feel the need to bathe.
Yeah.
So trick or
Anyways.
treating, Halloween.
Yes. Okay. So there's one update I have. In my
Oh,
time
yay.
away, Rachel's time away from me, I didn't know what to do with myself. And so I have been playing a bit more with my sourdough starter stuff.
Okay.
I made sourdough pumpkin cinnamon rolls
What?
for the holidays because you know pumpkin is it's top for its 3 month time frame. Apple is still the king because it's a year round thing. But pumpkin, I was like, let me get on board with this pumpkin. Fucking amazing.
And is there some for me to try?
See, you know, I realize saying this now, I should
Yeah.
have something for you. There is one left, and I honestly don't know if I want to share it.
And you're like, and I'll be honest, you cannot have that.
I mean, it is. We might have to have a conversation downstairs about it. Like,
I mean, how big is it?
does it matter?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, no, it's how you use it. uh,
That was good. It took me a second.
we're having dinner together after this.
Yes.
So maybe we split it as a dessert.
See, I love that you're trying to take some of this from me.
You know, it's honestly like I kind of have like respect for you that you don't want to share.
Yeah,
because
it's good.
Me, I'm like, of course I'm going to share, or I just wouldn't have brought it up. That was kind of shitty
It's
of
kind of
you.
shitty. Yeah, I realize that now. Yeah, really shitty.
And then I was like, kind of to be like, wow, you've had a whole loaf and there's one piece left and you're still not going to let me.
I made 6 cinnamon rolls.
Dinosaur.
All right, you're making a good argument.
No, but then I also I don't like to guilt people into things. I don't like to win by peer pressure.
But you're gonna
'cause then
get me.
I'll just feel bad, and so I don't want it.
In reality, when I go
I want you
downstairs,
to want me to want it. I don't want you just to give into it.
I love that I brought that up, knowing that like I'm obsessed with them so much that I don't want to share. It's funny.
You can make more.
Totally. It's funny you say that though, because Lindsay, I was telling Lindsay before that I was gonna make them, and she was like, "Oh my god, those sound good. Tell me, I would make a trip for something like that." And I specifically like told her like late and was like, "I made them, but they're basically they're all right." I basically was like, "Nope, you don't want to come eat these," because I didn't want her to have any because I'm
Wow.
a fatty.
I mean, and selfish.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to just be like, "Oh, I made these and I'm not going to share." But to make them, spread the word.
Spread the word. I've
And
been
then
telling
not
everybody.
share. Like, do you want to make them for Friday?
See, if they were easier to make, but it's a nightly thing. Like I have to make the dough the night before and then wake up in the morning and bake them.
Yeah, well, it's only Tuesday.
It's doable.
You get to see me a lot this week.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, because of you, I get to see you, but you're just like in general.
No,
I
you
didn't
get to
say
see me.
it brings me joy that I get to see you a lot. I'm just stating the facts.
It brings me joy.
3 after work activities.
3?
Assuming you're going to book club.
Oh, shit, I actually don't think I'm going to go to book club.
Okay, well then 2.
1, I didn't read the book, but 2, there's just a lot
Oh,
going on this week.
it was really good.
Really?
Yeah, I
It
have
was
a
a
lot of
quick read?
commentary I'm excited to discuss.
See, Roan said she really liked it. I saw her at little
Yeah.
Roan's birthday this weekend, and she was like, "It seems like a fairly quick read."
Yeah, I will say I
Okay.
listened to it,
Oh.
and it was a good listen, and I normally don't enjoy listening to fiction.
Mhm.
What is the book that we're talking about? American Dirt.
Oh, yeah, I didn't
I pulled that out, but
I'm
just
impressed.
yeah, but it was really good, and there is controversy that my friend told me about related to the author.
Oh, so
Um,
it's gonna be a good book club.
yeah.
Fuck. I hate when I
I will
don't
say me sharing the controversy is not gonna ruin anything about the book if you wanna know.
Yeah.
Okay. So the book is about it's telling the story of like a migrant experience from Mexico to the US.
Okay.
And it's from like the perspective of the migrants. So this like mom and her son essentially.
Mhm.
The woman who wrote it is white. And she claimed to be like part Mexican, which is why it's relatable for like her to tell this story or some Mexican heritage in her family, which is a lie.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And it's one thing to be like, okay, you can like still tell this story. And I would be like, "Oh, how did you do your research to come across this? Why are you interested in this?" Because a lot of times people will be like, "Oh, yeah, I wasn't born during the Vietnam War, but these are all like the interviews I did to like understand." Because then it makes you feel like, "Oh, the story I read actually like connects with
Yeah.
experience stuff when it's trying to be like historical fiction or whatever."
So fiction's when it's supposed to be true?
No, fiction is false.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I enjoy reading I enjoy fiction that's like based on it's
Like,
like
loosely based on reality.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is a could be like a typical migrant experience and things that people have experienced when trying to migrate to the US.
Mhm.
But it's not like a biography.
Yeah. That makes
Um,
sense.
but anyways, so it's
But why
about
lie
these
about
like
shit, man? Like, it
yeah,
when you
just be
initially
like,
said, like, she's
"Oh,
white, I didn't think anything of it
yeah."
until you were like, she's
But she
is
claimed
claiming and lying about, like, you can be white and write you doesn't matter. Write
yeah,
about whatever the fuck you want if it's fiction, but, like, don't say shit like that.
yeah.
What is wrong with people? Do they feel like they need to, like
Yeah, and I
I
don't
don't
know
get
if,
it.
like, maybe she got pushback for, like, being white, but writing about a Mexican experience, so then she lied about that. I don't know the timeline. I haven't actually, like, looked into
Mhm.
the drama myself, but I just heard that, and it bummed me out. I mean, it's still a very good read, and I
Mhm.
really liked it because it made me, like I think it's very beneficial that, like to, like, understand, like, what it's like, why you would want to leave your country and how hard it is and, like,
Mhm.
all these
Yeah,
things,
because we
and
won't luckily, we don't have that.
exactly, and I thought it was just, like, really well done and an engaging story, um, and then I'm like, "Oh, well, you just, like, lied about this."
Yeah. So there's no yeah, this is
Doesn't mean that the story's not good, it
but
just
it
makes
just
it be
takes
like
away that piece of it that
yeah,
would've been, like, if you're trying to that's not the I'm not thinking of the right word in my brain, but you wanna get an idea.
yeah,
'Cause yeah, I get it.
yeah,
It's kinda shitty. I
um,
might not support her. I'm not gonna listen to the book anymore. No, I'm just
okay,
kidding.
well, that's fair, but it still was good.
I probably will.
You probably won't.
You're actually right about that. I'm still deep into my, adult fantasy still, so
Oh, a friend of mine just lent me the first 2 books in the ACOTAR series,
yeah.
so I've started that. I also, eventually we'll get to our main topic at hand, but I was at Fountain Bookstore in Churchill.
Okay.
No, not Churchill, Shockoe Bottom, and they had a bin out of, like, free book bin. Please be
Free.
respectful, and I expect or, like, don't take more than whatever,
Yeah,
respect the
don't be
bin.
an asshole.
And I expect that to be like, "Oh, these are books nobody wants," or kind of like a free library type situation, which I have found some awesome stuff in a, like, free little library, but anyways, that's not what it was. They just randomly, every once in a while, take books off their shelves and put them in just so.
Because they want people to read because it's good for you.
Yeah. And so I grabbed one and it was like this. It's this smutty book about a hockey player.
Oh, shut up. I
And
think I have one of those.
is it called Pucked?
Okay. Maybe not that one.
I think the other one I confused it with because a friend of mine read. I don't know what it's called.
There's just one that one of my coworkers, she got like a load of books and she was like, "Hey, pick some books if you want," because she wasn't
Yeah.
gonna read them all or had already read some of them. And so one of the ones I picked up, she was like, it was basically smut related to hockey.
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet, but like that's as soon as you said it, I was like, that's got to be the same thing, right? I'm sure
Yeah.
there's more than
No, I
one
think there's actually multiple,
hockey
but you
smut.
would think it's the same.
Yeah.
But anyway, shout out to Fountain Bookstores in Choco Bottom.
Shout out
I really
to
like them. That's also where we ended
those.
up buying. So we went for Skylar's birthday, and we
Oh,
walked
nice.
in, and I was like, "Surprise, book on me!" And
He got it for free. No, I'm just
no,
kidding.
well, he picked the Ghost Eater book, and then
Oh,
I ended up reading it first. So
dang, good pick.
yeah,
Pick. Oh, books. Yeah, books are great. Big fan of
you know what's
books.
better than books? Candy.
Candy. And ooh, what are you excited about to get on trick or treating? Actually, let's be real. As adults now, without kids, man, this really onesie's really tight on me now. I feel like I'm too tall for the giraffe onesie. My legs are sticking out. Anywho, as
Yeah, whereas this
adults,
one has like room for several.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like I can get in there with you. I won't try it, but as adults without kids, I do this. I'm assuming everyone does. You get the candy that you want to eat to give out to trick or treaters.
Yeah, or I bet there's some people who get what they don't like, so they don't
Ugh,
overindulge. We don't
sounds
get
terrible.
trick-or-treaters, so
Oh.
I know it's really sad. I was really excited about moving into our neighborhood because I was like, trick-or-treaters. Granted,
Yep.
when I lived in the fan, we would get trick-or-treaters because we lived on Grove.
Yeah. Which is
And
a
it was like
great
one
area for it.
off from like the Halloween block.
Oh shit, Hanover.
Yes.
Yep.
Or like 2 blocks over. So whatever that like section of the fan goes
Floyd
like
or
all
Hanover.
out for Halloween. Yeah, I think it's
Somewhere around.
Floyd because Grove is next to Floyd.
Yep.
Anyways, but we would get like a runoff from that, and I
That's
enjoyed
nice.
that.
That's a good area too to just walk around even as an adult to see the houses and the decorations.
Yeah.
Um this is literally what it looks like Halloween at our house because Nathan has Rachel actually gave it to us. Nathan wears the dinosaur onesie that was it just too big? I don't remember why you gave it to us or you got two somehow.
Yeah.
So he's the dino and I'm the giraffe. Every year we sit on the front porch and give out candy, and it's the best. We have a really good neighborhood of like people that trick or
Yeah.
treat, and then like people sit out front, and it's good.
Yeah,
It's a good
that's
vibe.
nice. We have people who like do fun Halloween decorations in our neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
but we've never had a trick-or-treater.
That makes me sad.
Yeah.
So are you gonna get candy?
No.
Not even
My
just
mom always gives us a seasonal little
that's cute.
treat bag. So we got some like Reese's pumpkins and
Mm-hmm.
stuff,
I feel
and
like
some gummy candies.
so this year we're not gonna do trick or treating with with the kids because my mom's having back surgery, so I'll be there for that. So I have to figure out where I'm gonna get my candy. I need the candy.
I mean,
It's
you can
once a
still
year
go.
where you just eat all of the candy.
You can still go buy the candy.
That's what I miss about being a
What
kid,
you
though.
should do is buy it on November 1st.
Yeah, that's probably the smarter thing when it's all discounted. They start discounting like the day of, right?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Yeah, take me through your childhood trick or treating.
Oh my god, I was the king of trick or treating. Oh, I was so good at it. You know, there's like you can be good or bad at it. I was good at it.
I'm curious. Well, of course you were. You're
Good at
elite,
it.
Jen.
Yes. So eventually, when I could carry my own candy bag, forget those fucking tiny pumpkins.
Oh no.
You carry a pillowcase.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you're smart, you carry two.
Wow, and those get heavy though.
Yep. And when you fill one up, you have your dad carry it while you fill the next one up.
Wow, thanks, Dad.
That's when you're trick or treating with your dad and your friend and his dad
Yeah.
or their dad, whoever it is. That's the best part.
Someone's dad is
Someone's
carrying
dad
my
is
bag.
carrying my candy bag. It may not even be full. It just gets too heavy for me, so I pass it to dad and take the next pillowcase. But it is 100% pillowcase, house to house. And you know what? Fuck this. Like I was in a neighborhood that it's like trees and stuff in between houses, but you could like kind of run through it. Kids that went back out the driveway down, you're not able to optimize your time and the number of houses you're hitting. So you just got to cut through house to house, cut through the trees, all through their yard,
Sure, they loved
optimize.
you.
Yeah, the people loved me.
You're
for
killing
sure.
those mums.
I was killing everything in my path to get the candy. Because in my mind, when I was younger, it was the more houses, the higher likelihood that you will find a variety of candy options.
Mm-hmm.
Because oftentimes people get the basic bag of candy. And not that I like hate you people, but like I kind of hate you people. I'm that people now because that's the same bag of
What's the
candy I get.
basic candy?
It's the bag of fucking plain ass M&Ms, Kit Kats, Snickers, and Milky Ways or something.
Okay, M&Ms are a lame candy to me unless they're like peanut M&Ms. Which was I saw something that ranked M&Ms, or it's on SNL. They were talking about it, how they were recently ranked as like the healthiest candy, probably because the peanut. And the joke was like, unless you're allergic to peanuts.
Cute.
But I feel like Snickers, Kit Kats, those are a top tier candy.
Kit Kat is the most overrated candy.
No, the worst candy that
Overrated.
is like included as like a top chocolate is the Three Musketeer. I feel very strongly about this.
I don't disagree with that, but I think the Three Musketeer gains redemption for the dark chocolate Three Musketeer, which is premium and way better than a Kit Kat.
But I like the crunch of the cat.
The Kit Kat is trash. If you like the crunch, just get a crunch bar. Also
I do
trash.
like a crunch bar.
Jesus.
I do not like Butterfingers, and I do not like
Yeah.
I won't even eat a Butterfinger.
Really?
It gets like stuck in my teeth. They're way too sweet. And I will eat a Three Musketeers out in Crisis.
In Crisis.
But I would not eat a Butterfinger.
The minis are decent.
But obviously the like best is Reese's.
Reese's Cups, obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh man, Reese's Cups. God. I feel like number one is the pumpkin Reese's Cups. Then you have the regular Reese's Cups or egg-shaped Reese's Cups. Then you like
those ones have like a higher peanut butter to chocolate ratio.
and they're better.
Yeah.
And honestly, white chocolate Reese's Cups also
I don't think
good.
I've ever had one of those.
Also good.
But I enjoy, getting non-chocolate candies.
See, that's why you have
well.
to hit as many houses as possible.
I gave
But fuck a Twizzler.
So my sister-in-law's dad. Yeah, fuck Twizzler, honestly.
A Twizzler.
For some reason, okay, I don't like the pull and peel ones. They freak me out for some reason. Like the hard ones, I do like to eat those, but just like in the little, as like a Halloween candy, for some reason, I'm like, no, throw it in the trash.
Garbage.
It has to be a full size.
A big one that I can like
hold on to. It's mostly just for like, yeah, the act of eating it.
Oh my gosh. I will say I probably have this is the worst candy that I like that people are probably like, yeah, those are gross. Are the cherry Twizzlers that you do peel.
The ones those I don't like that.
I've eaten them. I liked them at one point in my life. Maybe still do.
I know someone who I judged hardcore for this, and still to this day, people are like, "Remember when you shit on Tom and not a Tom we know, another Tom in my life,
different Tom."
He told me his favorite candy was Smarties, and I was like, "Chalk is your favorite candy?"
Chalk.
And he was like, someone then said, "I was like, that's like saying Necco wafers are your favorite candy." And he was like, "I do like Necco wafers."
Oh my
god!
Like,
Smarties are only enjoyable. One, you would eat them just to have candy, or to like pretend you were taking pills. But right, you do the Tic Tacs too.
I get
or like
it.
Pez.
Yeah, Pez is exactly like that.
He also really likes Sweet Tarts, and I accept Sweet Tarts way over Smarties.
Still not a top 5 candy though.
No,
I don't even know if Smarties are not top 50.
What are other? I'm really struggling to think of like nerds.
Nerds are great.
Nerds.
When they came out with Nerd Ropes, oh, so good because I love.
But you don't get those for Halloween,
huh? I mean, you could
a whole Nerd Rope.
Why not? If there's a cool
That would
household,
be an excellent house. Those are one of the houses that give out king size candy
those are the
bars.
houses that if it's a king size and you know it's a king size house, you show up trick-or-treating with 2 masks so
Oh
you
my
can
god.
go twice.
No, I don't need that.
People don't need to know.
I respect the trick-or-treating game.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
there's
trying to
only a
cheat the
couple houses
system.
that you're like, "Yeah, we need to go back to that one."
Yeah, once I was at now granted, okay, let me back up. When was the last time you trick-or-treated?
Ooh, I probably stopped fairly early because my brother was older, and at one point, I feel like if he wasn't doing it, I didn't wanna do it.
Okay.
So I feel like at least I might have been, like, 6th grade. It's the last time I did it.
Wow. That's so sad.
Is it?
I trick-or-treated my senior year in high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I feel like once my brother was in high school, he was like, "Oh, this isn't cool anymore," and so then
And, like, we still went all out. Like, one of
yeah.
my favorite
Oh,
costumes,
I love costumes still.
we did The Wizard of Oz, that was what we did our senior
Oh,
year,
good one.
and my thought is some people are like, "Ugh, you're not a kid, don't trick or treat." I'm like, "You know what I'm not doing? Drinking alcohol and doing drugs.
Ooh,
I'm
that's
just
true.
here asking for candy, and I'm not just saying I'm a soccer player and wearing my soccer uniform.
That's
I am
hilarious
fully
because
decked
that's
out, and
what
I'm
Nathan
doing a
does.
wholesome activity." But he's not trick or
I'm a soccer
treating.
player. No, but, like, as an adult, every time for Halloween, like, when you go to bars and stuff, he
Yeah.
would just always just dress up as Ronaldo,
But does he
basically.
put on his shin guards and stuff? Or does he just wear a jersey?
And he just wears the socks high up and a jersey and shorts
Okay.
and says
Well,
he's
yeah, well, you can't wear your cleats indoors,
yeah,
so that I
regular
accept.
shoes.
But if people are just, like, wearing jeans
Oh,
and a
yeah.
jersey, no, that's
You gotta
dumb.
try a little bit. I think even just a plain jersey and shorts and socks is not enough for Halloween. I need more
Well, I
outfit.
think it depends, again, on what you're asking for, and so that's why I'm like, if I'm a senior in high school trick-or-treating and just, like, going there to get free candy but not putting in the effort, then I can see the eye roll from the adults.
I mean, I guess, but also to your point, you make a very valid point of like at least they're out here trick or treating and not egging houses, throwing
That's
toilet
true.
paper over shit,
That's
getting
a
into
good point as
drugs,
well.
drinking. Like there's so many other things that you could be doing that are terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I bring this all up to say that there was a house that we arrived at, and they had, like, that basket, it was lined with king size candy bars, and then there were pretzels in the
oh, I
middle.
love a bag of pretzels to mix things up.
Okay, what I very much agree with you on that,
Yeah.
and I got a lot of shit for that.
No, love a bag of
But we love a
pretzels.
mix of salty sweet, but
Yeah.
anyways,
Take fives.
if your option is a king size candy bar or a bag of pumpkin shaped pretzels, you want the king size candy bar.
Well, yeah, you're not stupid.
We didn't get to choose. They just handed us the pretzels, and I think it was ageism
Oh,
because
yeah.
we were old.
Oh, that's shitty.
And you know
That
what a 4-year-old
sucks.
doesn't need? A king size
A
candy
king size
bar.
candy bar. No, they
But
don't.
I'm not me when I'm hungry,
But
so I
those
need that
parents hate
Snickers.
you. Like, the parents of the kid that you just gave a king size candy bar to hate you.
Yeah.
The whole point of having the little mini sizes is so you can say, "You can only have one." I remember my favorite thing about Halloween was coming home with my 2 piles of
I was gonna
pillowcases,
say that's the best, and
dumping it on the floor and
sorting,
sorting it out.
and then doing trades.
Yes.
I
So if,
love
like
how that was just, like, a universal thing
yeah,
that
like,
everyone
fucking
did.
Whoppers, trash, Twizzlers, trash,
Okay,
plain
now
M&Ms,
I do
trash.
like a Whopper.
What? No.
Whopper, yeah, it is
No.
good, but I didn't like them as a kid.
As a kid, I really disrespected 100 Grands, and now I'm like, "Man, that was actually a really good
Yeah.
candy." And I was rude to 100
100 Grand.
Grand. I'd be like,
How do you
"Trash."
feel about a Baby Ruth?
I love a Baby Ruth
Thank
now.
you.
I don't
They're
know if
so
I
good.
respected them. I probably didn't respect them as much either.
I think they're underappreciated. I also feel like paydays are underappreciated.
But Payday doesn't have chocolate, right?
No,
It's a
it's
Baby
like
Ruth without chocolate.
essentially, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like caramel and peanuts.
Yeah. That sounds
Yeah, it's
tasty.
good.
What is the whatchamacallits?
Mm.
I feel like those a newer candy. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if I
don't
like
really
those.
know
I feel
what's
like
in
Nathan
those.
has mentioned those before. I don't I don't know.
I will say, and I know everyone has different budgets, and I can appreciate that now as an adult.
Yeah.
But getting like a no name like candy ball that's just like
Oh,
wrapped in clear
yeah.
plastic, and you're like, what is
What is
this?
this? Yep.
Yeah, don't eat those.
Yeah. I feel like the sorting had to happen now that you mention that so that also the parents could make sure there wasn't sketchy shit
I
in
don't think
there.
my parents ever did that.
I feel
Do
like
you
we
know
looked
the
at
whole
it.
razor? And maybe they did when I was younger and I just don't remember. But I think when I was older, they're
Razor
like,
blade, you said?
do you remember that thing that went around of like they're putting, you have to inspect your kids' candy because they're putting like razor blades and chocolate?
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Okay. Gee, I can't believe you never heard this. It
I
never
feel like I
happened.
thought
It
it was
was
just a
on the
myth.
news. It is. But
Oh.
it was on the news as if that was happening. And it did not. I
Yeah.
think it was like the actual story was some like not okay mom like did that to her kids or
Oh,
something.
Jesus.
And maybe that's even not true, but it had nothing to do with trick or treating.
Yeah.
And then I remember a few years ago there was like you have to inspect your kids' candy because people are putting weed in the candy. And I'm like, no,
Who the
they're
fuck is
not.
giving
No
away
one is
weed?
giving away their drugs to kids.
Oh, that's hilarious. Maybe now that you can, like, grow it.
But you still wouldn't be like, "Yeah, let me give this 10-year-old my weed."
They're not gonna
And
enjoy
even if
it.
you're like, "That would be funny," you don't get to see them high.
These
Like,
are
there's
all valid
no
points. It doesn't make
benefit.
sense. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
There's there is one thing that I feel like everyone has dealt with. The house that gives out fucking toothbrushes.
Oh, yeah, we had a dentist
We
house
had a dentist on our street, and they
and
gave out
sugar-free gum.
toothbrushes. I was like, we didn't even get the gum with it. It was just a fucking toothbrush. And you know what? No one uses your trash toothbrushes that you give out on Halloween.
No,
They go in the
they
trash.
do.
And so why did we just waste all those landfills? That's what you're doing, dentists. Stop giving toothbrushes out.
You know what? That's true. They're creating a pollution
It's
problem.
a serious problem.
Yeah.
Serious.
You're passionate about this.
Just nobody
Uh.
wants that. Like, that goes in the trash pile. You can't even trade or barter with a fucking toothbrush.
Did you hear that news story about the guy who handed out like russet potatoes?
No.
And then he became known as the Potato House. And he gave people an option. He was like, "Do you want candy or do you want a potato?" And the kids are thinking like, "I want the potato," just
Really?
because it's so
Like, weird?
bizarre.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
I kinda want a potato too
right?
now.
And I think
Look,
that's
look,
hilarious.
mom, I got a potato.
Yeah.
Did he grow the
Uh,
potatoes?
Probably
Freshly grown
not. I don't
potatoes?
know. Fresh to the
I
grown
like that. That
potatoes.
sounds nice.
So I never, I always went to like a friend's neighborhood to trick or treat because the neighborhood that I grew up in, there was only like 10 houses and they're all very far apart, like
Oh,
in one of
okay.
those types of neighborhoods.
Mhm.
But my family, the neighborhood used to have a Halloween party like the weekend before Halloween or whatever.
Fun.
And my dad would fill up the bed of his truck with hay and he would drive us to all the houses and all
Oh,
the
that's
houses
cool.
would like prep for that like fake pre-Halloween and
Yeah.
like give you something. And because there's only like 10 houses, most parents would put like little like Halloween goodie bags together and stuff. It
Oh,
was fun.
that's very nice.
Yeah.
That's like an elite level of trick or
Yeah.
treating. I feel like I liked the kids trick or treating, and then as I got older, I didn't care. Obviously, the candy, you forget about the candy when you go to college, and all you want to do is dress up.
Oh
Let,
yeah.
let's be real. True Mean Girls quote: "It's just about the less you wear, the better."
Yeah, I don't think I ever had a slutty costume.
I didn't either, but I know that that was 100% the case.
Yeah, that's just like so not my personality. Like I'm gonna come in as a gumball machine, which
Yeah, which is
is
such a great costume.
what I
Yeah, I don't
did.
even know what I dressed up as, but I just remember being like, "Oh, college is awesome because you just have themed parties all year round, so you can
Yeah.
dress
I
up all year
love a
round."
theme
Yes.
party.
And that's why I think I love
You need to have
Halloween.
more.
You have convinced me. We will be having a Halloween party next year.
Okay, yay! I'll bring you some more of my bats.
Yeah, decorate the whole house. We're gonna have to do more decorations. We had a Halloween party. I had just the other day. I saw old pictures from like 9 years ago
Oh.
when
You
we
know, I what Halloween next year is probably gonna be on a Saturday or Friday because it's on a Thursday this year, I think.
perfect. It's gonna work out. Party it will be. It will be the party of the year. But I as an adult, did you ever go to a Halloween party like post college?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was just one party that Nathan would go to, and I went with them one year. And it's like older adults, and they put a tent out. They had, like, catered food, all kinds of
Okay.
drinks, and people were just getting fucking hammered. It was awesome. It was out in the middle of nowhere in, like, a nice ass neighborhood,
Mm.
and that was, like I was like, "Oh, this is, like, how adults should do Halloween."
Handle
Yeah.
Halloween.
Like, there's no kids there. You're not there for candy. You're there to get fucked up.
So this was probably like 7 years ago. I ended up at some like rich ass person's Halloween party in the fan. It was like some people I was with. I don't know. She worked on some show that they were filming in Richmond because she's like a
Oh.
costumer. She was like, "Oh yeah, the wrapped party is actually this and Halloween thing. Do y'all want to come?" And I was like, "This is nuts!"
Yeah, that's cool as shit.
Yeah, I was Emperor Cusco for that party.
Wow.
And I got engaged the next day.
Holy Skylar was like, "This costume's too elite." I
Yeah.
need to
Have to propose.
she's an emperor. That's a
Yeah,
good
I
one.
think our group, I was Emperor Cusco, Skylar was Gaston. Another guy we were with was Ursula, and the costume was impressive. We got
Ursula's
like
nice. So good.
black stockings and like stuffed them with like
For her,
pillow
like,
fluff or
legs?
whatever for
Yeah.
the legs.
Damn, that's
It was
good.
excellent.
I yeah, I don't even remember. I know I was, that gymnast one year. The year I went to that fancy party, I was
That gymnast?
the one Michaela
Oh, who
with the
had
fa
the side
yeah.
face? Yeah.
But I, like, went all out. I got a leotard
That's awesome.
and, like, it was kind of aggressive. It was really up in there all night. And I wasn't comfortable, obviously, with my legs out,
Yeah.
so I had pants on. So I was in a leotard,
What kind of pants?
a
Like
long sleeve
leggings or like
no, I'm talking,
jeans?
like no, like, workout, like, gym pants.
Okay.
So really
But
comfy gym
but
pants.
not like tight?
Huh? No,
That's
'cause I'm an
weird.
idiot. Yeah, I just didn't feel comfortable. I was like, you could tell I had a leotard on,
Yeah.
and the upper was all out, like, as in, like, it was a long sleeve leotard.
Yeah.
'Cause I literally don't show my like, what is wrong with me? Yeah, so I did that year,
Nice.
but I had the pants 'cause I couldn't show off my
Yeah, what comes to mind? What are some other top costumes?
top costumes. I mean, literally, once I got this onesie, I ruined my costumes for after that because I just wore this all the time.
But I'll
Oh,
be honest, this
shit.
is a convenient, cozy costume.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
not a like, "Oh, yeah, I love that costume."
Yeah. I don't
Me and a friend, once in middle school probably, were a pair of dice.
oh,
So, like,
that's
we got a big
good.
box. It was
Yeah.
hard to, get to places quickly. We could not speed through our trick or treating because it
Big
was hard to
in
move in the
boxes.
big box,
That's
but I
cute.
liked that costume.
That's a good one. Yeah, you've had good ones. I don't know if I've really remember many of my costumes. I know when Orange and the New Black was really popular, me and my roommate at the time dressed up as, Alex and Piper.
Oh, nice.
Um, and that was I mean, it was
You
easy.
have a good old lady costume.
Oh, yeah, when we did that,
Yeah, for
I've worn
Golden
that multiple
Girls.
times.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
the
come in
Golden
good
Girls
use.
was clutch. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, speaking of dressing up, so a friend of ours, Sarah, did her, like, old lady I never call her Sarah. I
Yeah, it was
always
kinda
call her
weird. It
Waz.
was weird
Yeah.
when you said it, I was like,
Who's
"Sarah."
Sarah? But for her 30th, the theme was being old, I guess, and I think there was only one person
Yeah,
who
one
didn't
lame-o.
fully like, people went all out
All
for
out.
that theme, and it wasn't like a house party. We
No,
were at
having brunch.
brunch.
Having brunch. I put makeup on.
And our one friend, Justin, dressed as an old lady,
It was so
and
good.
he was like, I don't know why I assumed it had to be an old lady."
Yeah, because there were other guys there that dressed up like grandpas,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, you're just old. It didn't necessarily need to be old lady."
But everyone took it in a different direction, and it was just really fun. Like, you had some, like, Florida retiree oldies.
I had a cane.
Yeah,
I was
you
really
were the oldest.
old. I was the oldest. I put lines all over my forehead
Yeah.
and eyes and all over my face.
Yeah, that's
White
impressive.
in my hair. Bunch of baby powder. That was a good yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I like it when you do it, it's so much more fun.
Yeah.
And Yeah, you just
And
gotta do
then
it
the person who's lame and doesn't dress up ends up feeling lame because everyone else did it.
because they are lame.
Yeah. All right. Well, any other closing Halloween thoughts? I'm
I mean,
trying to
there's
think
so
if I
much.
have any additional like candy hot takes.
I feel like I'm not crazy in what is like considered good or bad candy.
You
Like
know what's good was good, but was not a regular Halloween candy? Airheads.
Airheads were quality. I enjoyed an Airhead. Honestly, though, I was weird. I went through a phase where I liked Now and Laters.
I was never into
Yeah, I
those.
know a lot of people don't like those, but I liked Now and Laters. Like when I was on like so chocolate gives me migraines. Always has. So I would go through phases where I was like, I don't need fucking chocolate. Fuck chocolate.
Yeah, so you should be very attuned to
Well, I mean,
non-chocolate
you pretty
candies.
much stick with like the classics. Gummy bears, gummy worms, sour worms,
But those are
Sour
also
Patch
things.
Kids,
Ooh, Sour Patch Kids. That's where I was like, there's.
Swedish Fish.
Ooh, I love Swedish
One of
fish.
my favorites that you would get when you would go to like a carnival or a like a King's Dominion or someplace like that are the chocolate or not chocolate, the sharks, the
Gummy
blue gummy
sharks. Yeah.
sharks. Those are so good. Peach rings,
Oh, those are good.
elite.
But that's not something you get on Halloween.
No,
But like Sour Patch Kids, you
Sour
do
Patch
get those little
Kids.
packs on Halloween. Those are delicious. They'll tear up the roof of your mouth,
Yep.
but they're very good.
And you
And
already
I
mentioned
love Swedish
nerds.
fish.
I like nerds a lot. See, it's funny when you mentioned the Smarties as pills. We would do the same thing with the powdered sugar
Pixie
sticks.
sticks.
Pixie sticks, yep.
Yeah. Did you
Um,
ever snort one of those?
no,
Me
because
neither, but people did that.
that's insane to
Yeah.
me. Because also, like, I just can't imagine anything going up your nose.
Yeah.
But it was fun to just play around with it. And then I would sell them and make money. So
All right, your side hustle.
my side hustle.
Now, did you always finish all of your Halloween candy?
No, never finished it.
Yeah, it was more so it's like the thrill of acquiring it and the
Yeah.
trade. And I would always get so mad at my sister because she was always very like stingy in her
Mm.
trading, but then she would rarely ever eat the candy. Like my mom would find it months later in her Halloween bag under the bed and just have to throw it away.
Oh
And
God.
I'm like, we could have been eating that, Molly.
Yeah, I don't know why I never finished it. Probably because I was aggressive and got way too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never would finish it.
I don't have a memory of finishing it or not.
Now I kind of feel like that's a missed opportunity. Like the competition should include all the way to the finish line. You need to finish the whole multiple bags.
Yeah. But within a time frame and it's like, oh, each
By the
like
end of the
certain
year.
amount of time that goes by, you have to then like give up a lot if you haven't eaten it yet.
Yeah. Well, because like I think that's why I never finished it because as soon as you hit Thanksgiving, around Thanksgiving time frame, you're eating so much other shit.
Yeah.
Christmas comes, you get more candy. There's Christmas colored candy, so you have to get it.
Right.
And so now like Halloween candy's over. Pretty much you have to eat it.
We should ask our parents if they
2 weeks.
snuck into our Halloween stash.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
I'm sure they did.
I
But I want to
yes.
ask them about it. Have
I
you seen, I think it's like Jimmy Kimmel, the thing where he has parents tell their kids, I ate your Halloween candy.
I've
Like, I'm
seen
sorry,
those,
I
like,
was
little
really hungry. And I
videos.
know some people are like, that is
And they
so
cry.
mean.
Yeah, the
But
kids
it's very entertaining to
I
watch.
was to say, I don't think that's mean.
Some kids cry.
Little
Some
bitch kids.
are like hitting and screaming and they get so upset. And some are like, well, you said you were really hungry. It's okay.
Oh my gosh, as a parent, you gotta feel like, "Damn, I won. My kids
Yeah,
gotta get
you're like,
all of
I
these kids."
am a champion parent.
I love that. That's what I would think.
Yeah.
I immediately think that that is definitely champion level. Shit, that's cool. Now I feel like I would wanna test it
Yeah.
with, like, any little kid. Any little kid that I see around.
They're like, oh, the stranger says they ate all my candy.
Yeah.
I snuck into your house and ate your candy, little boy.
I'm friends with your mom. Oh, this is weird. Friends with your mom, and she gave me all your candy. That's where I was going with it and realized that you shouldn't say that. That's
Sure.
weird.
Oh,
It's
I
weird.
do.
Yeah, so you got a tail too. Mine's
Yeah.
just kind of tiny.
I got a big boy.
Well, you are a dino.
Yeah.
Dinosaur. This is what else? It
What are you trying to say?
I don't know. I think my brain just blacked out again.
All right. What time is it? Is dinner almost
It's
here?
dinner time.
Ooh. Have you gotten a notification?
Honestly, I haven't. Um, and I don't know if I'm supposed to because I think it was on the web, the World Wide Web. Yeah, it just says, yeah, nothing.
All right. Well, I'm sure everyone listening is waiting with bated breath
We
for when
got
our food
chicken
delivery
fiesta
arrives.
for dinner coming, so people need to be excited for us.
Yeah. Also, let us know, is it yucca or yucca? Because I said yucca, you said yucca.
I think it's partially because I don't like them, so I think they're yuck.
Uh.
Uh, yeah, I don't know why I don't like yucca. It's probably yucca, okay? Let's be real. It's just
Let's be real.
let's be real about it, okay? It's probably you're probably right.
Sure, I accept I'm correct.
Yeah, because that's yucca.
All right. Well, happy Halloween, everyone. Let us know your favorite candies, your Halloween traditions. Honestly, if you dress up your pet or
Oh,
child,
that's
I
cute.
do like to see those pictures, so
Uh,
send them to us.
Actually, one thing we didn't mention, and my favorite thing about Halloween is people that are pregnant, when they use their pregnant belly as part of their costume.
Oh yeah, I
It's
think
the
we
most
chatted about
Did we
that in a
talk about
recent
that?
episode.
It's the
Yeah.
most elite thing in the world. I love all of you that do it, and I actually I'm typically not a fan of, like, posting and looking at social media, but please post pictures of your outfits
You
because
can
I
get
live
on
for them.
social media. You have your scroll time.
I know, but we're trying to cut it out. Nathan already stopped.
Completely.
I don't know how he did it. I've cut
You
myself
have
down
to
to 30
like our
minutes.
stuff.
Yeah, I've cut myself down to 30 minutes, but he stopped. He
A
stopped being
day?
on.
That's
I'm
impressive.
impressed. I'm impressed by him.
Yeah.
Cold turkeyed it.
What does he do? What's his replacement?
He was just trying to say, he's like, I don't know what to do on my phone. He's like, I look at it, I was like, I don't know what to do with it.
Because I feel like for
His replacement
me,
is college football 25.
yeah, I need like, and I'm like, okay, I just need to stare at a different screen when you're working and you just take a break and you're like, well, what am I going to do?
Yep.
I just have 5 minutes before my next meeting or whatever. So you scroll.
Yeah.
He
plays his
and
video
it's not
game.
like I'm gonna like read my book for 5 minutes. That's a
No.
like sit down and commit activity to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not just gonna go on like a walk for 5 minutes. Like I need 15 minutes if I'm gonna go on a walk.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I just go stand outside. It sounds
Look
so
into
weird,
the
but I would
abyss.
literally just stand out there and look.
Yeah, sometimes I just go lay on the bed.
See? We can stop. We're gonna get off the
I don't feel
socials.
like I don't need to.
Yeah, I do though. I've been down rabbit holes.
I'm pleased. Like I don't feel like my current social media consumption is negatively impacting my life.
Well, one evening when Nathan was playing his video game in replacement of his social media, and it was a weekend, and I was in bed, I scrolled for 2.5 hours. And that is when I realized I had a problem, and that is when I sought help for my disease. So that
It's
is
so
why
addicting.
I've cut myself to 30
Was
minutes.
it the reels and you're just
Yep, I was
Yeah.
just going.
because like stories, posts, I can end that whenever I want.
I
But the
got in bed to
reels,
read, Rachel. I got in bed to read. I had my book and
you're
everything.
like, wait, just one quick hit.
Yep. I was
Yeah.
like, let me just check it. What's going on? What's new? And then
That's why you're not coming to book club.
I was zonked 2.5 hours.
Wow.
He came in the room and I was embarrassed. I tried to like put my phone down like I wasn't on there for 2.5 hours. Jesus, that's a whole
Whatever.
thing.
He was playing his video game.
He was. But I feel like somehow that's better in my mind.
All right. Ta-ta.
Happy Halloween.
Hello, scream. Spooky, scary,
There it is.
Send shivers down your spine.